What's up everybody, Chef Glenn B and I'm back in the kitchen, and today I'm working on pasta alla matriciana. It's a super simple pasta dish, but of course you know I don't do anything simple. Normally most recipes call for canned tomatoes. I'm not using canned tomatoes. So first thing I need to do is I need to get the skins off of these tomatoes. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of you that have subscribed. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm regularly dropping videos where I'm sharing my favorite recipes and I pair them with wines. And as always, the intent is to get the perfect pairing. So to get started, as I said, I need to get the skins and the skins off and the seeds out of these tomatoes. So what I've done is I've actually already taken the cores out of them, and I've scored them on the bottom of a little crosshatch so that when I dunk them in the water and they begin to blister and the skin loosens up, will help me get it off. So I've got the tomatoes here, I've got hot water, I've got an ice bath, I'm ready to get started. All right, so I've got my tomatoes here. As I mentioned, I've got my hot water. I'm just gonna drop my tomatoes in the hot water, and I'm gonna say 30 seconds or so. It sort of varies because I've dropped so many tomatoes in there that it's going to quickly bring down the temperature of the water. So it may be a few more than 30 seconds. But if you just watch them, you'll see the skins begin to release. Okay. So I'm just going to pull them out and drop them into the ice bath. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel the skins off of them. All right, so I got the skins off of my tomatoes. I need to get the seeds out. I'm just gonna quarter them. And just run my fingers through them. Clean them out. Okay, so the skins are off and the seeds are out. Now I got to get them chopped. So I'm pairing my pasta alla matriciana with the 2018 Antinori Tignanello. This wine consists of 80% Sangiovese, 15% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% Cab Franc. As I mentioned, this is a super Tuscan wine. It hails from Tuscany, Italy. I had to pour it in my decanter because it needed to breathe. All right, so already deep ruby red on the color. I mean, it's opaque. It's really, really dark, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's dark with, again, that ruby color at the edges of the wine. Beautiful color. Vanilla. Little mint. Of course, there's some dark fruit, but I'm getting ripe red fruit. You would think, you know, that it would be dark fruit like blackberries and blueberries, but it's really a lot of cherry going on. Oh, really interesting. Let me give it a taste. Love the velvety mouthfeel. Nice acidity. The Sangiovese is provide the acidity. It's one of the reasons why I chose this wine, because I think the ample acidity in that is going to pair well with our dish. Give it another taste though. That's good. All right, so let's get into this dish. All right, so I've got my saute pan, a little oil, and I'm gonna start with my onions. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add my pancetta bacon. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my tomatoes to the saute pan. All right, so my tomatoes are breaking down nicely. It usually takes about 15 minutes or so to get the sauce, you know, get the tomatoes to break down and get a nice thick sauce. We've got a little ways to go. So everything's looking good. I need to season this. Got some salt, fresh cracked black pepper, and I've got some crushed red pepper. I'm gonna add a pinch or two. Oh, that's delicious. And add a little bit more salt. I think that's gonna do it. So I'm gonna hold this. I've got some water boiling here on the stove. Then I need to cook my pasta. I'm actually using Bucatini. This pasta, it's a tube-like pasta. It's long like spaghetti, but the difference, the one difference with this is that there's a hole in the middle, okay? So I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's a hole in the side. So there's literally a hole running all the way through this tubular pasta, and there's little grooves on the pasta as well. This pasta grabs the sauce, okay? So I'm gonna cook my pasta and we're gonna toss it in this sauce and we'll get to tasting. So my pasta all'amatriciana is done. I'm ready to test the pairing. Let's give it a taste. So what makes it so good is the simplicity. I mean, you saw what we used in it. We used the pancetta bacon, the onions, and the tomatoes. The freshness of the tomatoes and allowing them to just cook and simmer and stew on themselves. All that flavor is concentrated and reduced down. That's what I'm tasting right now. I'm tasting a fresh tomato that's just whoa, on steroids, I guess you could say. Because as you saw, as I said, there's not a lot in this dish. I think the simplicity of it, the fact that there's, because you notice, excuse me, I'm talking with my mouth full. In a lot of Italian pasta dishes, you notice garlic, right? No garlic in this dish. Very minimal, very minimalist. So let me taste the wine and see if it's pairing. Yes, definitely pairs. The acidity in this wine pairs perfectly with the tomatoes in this dish. So I think just those three items, the simplicity of this dish is the beauty of the dish. The tomatoes the tomatoes are the star of this dish in actuality. Now that pecorino romano doesn't hurt at all, because that's nice and funky and a mouthful. But I gotta double check my pairing. The flavors are so intense. Again, allowing those tomatoes to just cook. And we didn't use canned tomatoes. A lot of times, as I told you, I'm willing to bet you, if you look up this recipe online, 9 out of 10 of them will tell you to use canned tomatoes. But I used fresh tomatoes, as I tend to do. So although this dish is a little bit involved with getting the tomatoes ready, again, this is a very simple dish, and it's a 5-ingredient dish. Literally, it's that simple. This is a fantastic weeknight meal and a glass of wine dish. You could cook this, and you could have if you just, have a nice little appetite, you could have you a piece of meat or something on the side. I wouldn't mind having a grilled steak to go along with this. Would be fantastic, I think. Yeah, but I just think this is great. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch my video today. If you're new and you have yet to subscribe, please take this opportunity to subscribe to my channel. I'm regularly dropping videos where I'm sharing my favorite recipes and I'm pairing them with wines. And the intent is always to get the perfect pairing. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.